social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Get you out of here in time to get those bets for the primetime games. And what we do here on the drive-thru is we give you live sports picks, free sports picks for the primetime games tonight. We're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, we get help from our Pig Dog community, our cappers there, professional handicappers at Pig Dogs. Let's take a look at who's on the show for today. We got Chris Ruffolo, a service co-host. Mitch joins us here on Thursdays. We got Shane Mickle, who's doing great in the NBA. Alex Smart, heating up. We got Tony Brown, you see him top of leaderboards, number 1 year to date. Al McMordie joins us here on Thursday. And Zawacki coming off a strong day yesterday. My goodness, it was winning on Thursdays for you here. All right, let's take a look at how they'll line up for the show tonight. We'll take a look here at the lineup. And we've got it here. Smart, McMordie, Brown, Ruffolo, Zawacki, Mickle, Sosh, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, how you feeling today? Ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll. Good to be back. I'm ready. We're going to go. I'm ready. We're going to go all week. So let's get started.
Let's get started here on the drive-thru. Let's welcome Alex Smart to the drive-thru. Alex, how you doing today?
Hey guys, how's everything?
Everything's going good, going good. You're going to look at one of the steamer games for tonight, 9 Eastern time from the Pac-12. A lot of Pac-12 games tonight. Good card. Stanford to host Oregon. Now, Stanford was looking as a favorite earlier on the overnights, but Oregon has got the steam here. Oregon laying 2.5 total, 135.5.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of public money flying here in Oregon. I'm sure there's some sharp money too, but at the same time, this is Oregon. This is a team that's very well respected this year in the Pac-10. But they're coming off a seniors night, and they really played all out against Utah. They're going to come into this game probably in a little down mode, and we've got a Stanford team that's got revenge on board for a double-digit blow in Eugene earlier this year. And so they're gonna be hyped up for this. And is Oregon here late in the season? I'm thinking not. And by the way, this series at home has been a cover machine for Stanford. They've covered 21 of the last 28 meetings here, and 8 of the last 2 with revenge. So we've got a revenge match, and we're going to take Stanford.
All right, Alex Smart here on Stanford, plus the 2.5 here against the Oregon Ducks. All right, Chris, so Oregon trying to make this late run. Had a bad loss here heading into this one.
Yeah, it was, but this is I think a game where you're just going to see both teams put their foot down, and neither side's going to want to give an inch. As cliche as that may sound, and I think this is a game where it's going to be the first of 65 wins. I was wishy-washy on a side all day. I couldn't get there either way. Maybe the line movement will help as we get closer to game time, but I'm firmly on the under in this one. I think it's, like I said, first of 65 wins. I think it's just going to be a lot of defense tonight.
All right, Alex here, Stanford plus 2.5. Chris Lane here on the under the total. Alex, any final thoughts here on this matchup?
This is one of those matchups. I mean, people are automatically, everybody assumes, big bounce back effort by Oregon here. But, after all that emotion on seniors night and things not going maybe absolutely the way they wanted them to, we've got a situation here where it's just we're at the end of the season, and Stanford's no pushover. You got to have respect for Stanford here, and getting points here, I think, is a viable wager.
All right, here Alex Smart here with a Stanford plus the 2.5 against Oregon. All right, Alex, great night here, NBA, NHL, and college hoops. Lots of action here. We got some Big Ten sprinkled in with a lot of WCC and Pac-12. What you got going on over at Pig Dog Spring? So we see the past 7 days approaching 700 units of profit.
Yeah, I'm starting to heat up again after a crap midwinter funk. It happens. Actually happened the same way last year, and I came back strong for the next 6 months, and let's hope that history has a way of maybe not repeating itself, but mimicking itself and getting us to the promised land. And join me. We're going to make some cash.
All right, get on board here with Alex Smart. You see the numbers right now, 674 units of profit over the past 7 days. That's all documented. When you go over to Alex's profile page over at Pig Dogs Premium, you'll see all the plays. It's all transparent. Why don't you get on board with his nightly card for tonight and then take those winnings and make that upgrade to the long-term pass. You see he's got the 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass. That means whatever play that, all the plays that Alex releases to the side are yours. You just select the period of time. All right, Alex, is always great having your show. Have yourself a great night. Have a great weekend. We'll talk with you next week.
Okay, gentlemen. Take care. Have a good day.
All right. Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on the show. Let's welcome Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium, top of the leaderboards, number 1 for the year. And it's been a while. He's been up there for quite some time. Al, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, doing great. Coming really good, Al. Got that new microphone set up, so we got you ready to roll with some really crisp sound. All right, we got one from WCC here at 9 Eastern time. San Diego Toreros will host Portland Pilots. San Diego laying 13 now, a total 143.
Yeah, back on February 5th, the Pilots fired Terry Porter as their head coach. They replaced him with Ben Johnson. He was an assistant. He's now the coach on an interim basis. Going into that firing and hiring, the Pilots had lost 9 straight games. Well, now that Johnson's taken over, that streak is now 12 straight games, and they've also failed to cover in each of their last 8 games. And the last 3 losses, all coached by Johnson, have been particularly bad, so maybe Porter wasn't the problem. The last 3 games coached by Johnson, they've lost by 21 to Pepperdine and 22 and 27 points to Pacific. But even though they're on this dreadful 8-game ATS losing streak, I'm actually going to step in and take the ugly underdog tonight, plus the points against San Diego. One of the things I like to do, Tony, is when I get a team that's off 3 straight up and against the spread losses, and they lost each of those games straight up by 21 or more points, those teams are now 76 and 50 ATS going all the way back to 1990. Including 40 and 23 ATS if their opponent is also off an ATS loss, and that is the situation today. So that's one reason I really like the Pilots here. Another is that when you look at their last 12 games, the only game that was competitive among those 12 was when they lost 78-70 to these Toreros. They lost by 8 points in that ball game. The other 11 games, they lost by 15 or more points in each of them. So they're going to have some confidence today, whether or not that's misplaced, because they know they can play with this team. And you've got a bad team like Portland, you do need confidence. So I think that's going to serve them well tonight. I think the game's going to be a lot more competitive than people think. The underdog also is 16-6-1 ATS the last 23 meetings. I'm going to grab all the points I can with Portland.
All right, Al here with Portland Pilots plus the 13 against San Diego. This one tips off at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Find it on WCC Network. All right, Chris, looking at this matchup here, of course, Portland a desperate team, but San Diego here laying a bundle.
And San Diego, this matchup is going to be bowl and shoe ugly for a lot of it tonight. But I do think there is value with the points. I just don't feel comfortable laying 13 with a San Diego team that's 280th in defensive efficiency this year. Now Portland down in the mid 300s, but like Al said, this might be the best chance for Portland to get a win and snap that losing streak. I think they're gonna show up and at least try to keep it competitive here. I could see a 10-point win, anything up to that, but 13 just seems like too many.
Yeah, laying double digits here with a big, laying doubles with a team that's poor defensively is not a good thing to do. Al, do you have anything final on this one?
Well, if I had clarity on Ahmed Ali, that's Portland's best player. He actually had a career high 32 points in the first meeting against San Diego. He's questionable today, I think, with an Achilles injury, and I've been waiting all day to see if he was or wasn't going to actually, play. It's unclear. But if I had clarity on that, I might have made it a big play over, for my subscription clients. But the fact that I didn't have clarity on it, we'll just go with it here as a complimentary selection for folks.
All right, hint, guys, out there and check Twitter, check those injury reports, because if he's playing, it's a good one there from Al McMordie. All right, Al, let's take a look here. What's going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? Good night of hoops and hockey. What you got going on at the site? Document number 1 for 2021.
Well, yesterday we had a nice winner on our SEC conference game of the month on Arkansas. We also cashed Western Carolina. They won outright as a 14-point underdog. Today we are going to triple your pleasure with a 3-game package in college basketball. And then we have 2 games over in the NBA. And then to round it all out, we've got 1 game on the ice. We did lose in hockey yesterday with our NHL game of the month. We'll bounce back today on the ice with an NHL winner. And we're winning in all the sports: hockey, college basketball, and NBA basketball. So join for a week or a month and get all of our award-winning plays. And you can also join with myself and another handicapper on a 2-handicapper special. So there's lots of ways to join. Get on board right now.
Yeah, get on board with that. Al McMordie, you see the numbers here, over 2,600 units of profit. That's number 1 document for 2021 over at Pig Dogs Premium. The plays are all transparent. If you go to his profile page, Al's profile page, you'll see all the plays listed there that he's selected. And of course, the best value at Pig Dogs Premium is those long-term passes. If you want to get a 1 day, he's got 6 plays. Take those winnings, make that upgrade. You see that 30-day all sports pass. Get on board with Al. Of course, we're heading toward the conference tournaments in NCAA. That's when you're going to get a good professional, Al McMordie, who's delivering great results at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Al, it's always great having you on the show. Continued success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Chris.
All right, now McMordie here on the drive-thru. I will continue on with the show. Reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. Now, it all gets started in the morning show. We got Mitch, we got Brian Bittler, we got Rod Zawacki, and of course, Ron Romanelli on the weekends every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, we got those 2 YouTube premium shows. And of course, then it's us. Then we come on here at 6 p.m. Eastern time with the drive-thru, the MMA show at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays. And of course, there's some spot shows whenever there's some big fight cards. So be sure to tune in and set those notifications. So whenever we're live, you're notified. You can tune in the show. And of course, as always, we appreciate you giving us that thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. Now, Chris, that really helps us out.
Absolutely, it does. You know, we always say it helps us out a ton. Doesn't cost you a cent. You're already watching the video. You just got to scroll underneath and just hit that like button for us. Helps us get out new content. You know, helps get our brand out to new eyes who may not have seen it before. And like we always say, who doesn't like making money, right? And I mean, you know, it allows us to also, you know, give you guys new stuff. And even Tony doesn't know this. I didn't get to drop it before the show. We have something new and exciting coming up that I'll be able to get to let you guys know about later on in the show when we have another one of our handicappers on. We'll give you guys a little bit of a inside scoop, but definitely helps us out a ton. So if you give us the thumbs up, the subscription really helps us out.
Yeah, it certainly does. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Lots of hoops on the show tonight. Let's bring them in. Al, we'll bring on Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium, doing fantastic work up there. Tony, how you doing?
Doing good, Tony. How you guys doing over there?
Doing great, doing great. All right, here we go. 7:30 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. We'll televise the Knicks hosting the Kings. The Knicks now favored by a point, total 225.
Yeah, this is a historic show right here, Tone. Tape it. You may never hear me say this again. I can't even believe I'm saying it now, but I like the Knicks. I mean, betting on the Knicks is always a scary situation. They are the Knicks, but in this case, they're playing the Kings. And in the NBA, just look. I mean, these trends have been holding true. The Nets are on an 8-game winning streak. Who else is playing hot? Phoenix have won 9 of 11. Utah 21 of 22. The Lakers were on their big streak before they start losing. Now look at the Wizards. They're on a 5-game. Like when these streaks go, they go. Sacramento is 0-8. And the last time we seen a losing streak like that was just the Cleveland Cavaliers. They just came off the snide, but before that they were 0-13. It's just like until these teams prove they can win again, man. Now they're pick'ems and favorites and stuff on the road. I'm not gonna buy it. The Knicks, you know, they're not the best team, but they're better than Sacramento. Julius Randle, in my eyes, he's the most improved player. Some people are talking even, you know, MVP like dark horse and stuff. I've said it before. I think that, why do I always...
All right, Tony Brown, looks like we got you back.
Williamson, and I just think they'll be able to pick up a home win over a very struggling Sacramento.
All right, looks here for the Knicks here. Money line with the win, -115. You can also lay a point. Look for a pick 'em. You'll get better payout there as well. So shop around for that number. Before we go to Chris, I'm going to ask Tony Brown. You know, some people like to play psychologists out here, and they look at the numbers and say, a team that has lost that many games like Sacramento, how can New York only be favored by 1? And I see a pick 'em in some places. How do you answer that question? Some people get psyched out by the line.
Well, it's so many factors that go into it. Just like no team can win forever, no team's going to lose forever. So the books factor in tonight might be the night the streak's going to break. Also, it's a Western Conference team versus an Eastern Conference team. So Western Conference bad isn't as bad as Eastern Conference bad. You know, a 8th place team in the West Conference, 4th in the
All right, we'll get.
You know, that psychology. I keep getting calls and all type of stuff going on, but take the Knicks tonight. Trust me.
All right, he likes the Knicks. All right, Chris, your thoughts on this one?
Well, just quickly, just to go back to that, the psychology. Tony's right, because you look at how many teams went to the bubble from in the NBA last year. They had 13 from the West, only 9 from the East. So that just goes to tell you that the parity in the conference isn't always the same. But as far as this one goes, you know, man. what did Mitch say a few days ago? God doesn't like people who bet on the Knicks because we always find a way to get burned. Well, I'm gonna get burned again here because I'm on the Knicks as well. I just like the way they've been playing defense, and it's just something that the Kings have not been able to do lately. So I'm on board with the Knicks as well. I think the Kings just have a hard time going through New York in this one.
All right, improvement there here with the Knicks, the better defensive team here. And actually, they have shown some improvement here this month shooting the basketball agreement here with the Knicks in the money line, or if you can find them at a pick 'em, because there are some pick 'ems I see in the marketplace against the Sacramento Kings. All right, Tony Brown, let's go ahead and look at the numbers, man. They look great. Over nearly 1,300 units of profit past 30 days. We got a lot of hoops. You're number one in NHL. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Tonight we just got the Thursday 3-play. That's your standard NBA, NCAA, and NHL. Only the best play on the board from all three leagues. So we might even parlay those and get a nice payout. And then tomorrow, I'm not going to joke around. Tomorrow may be my biggest card ever. I've been looking over the board, man. I love the plays in the NBA. It's some NCAA stuff. So jump on my passes. We got the daily, weekly, monthly, and the full VIP year. You don't have to pick your sports. That comes with every play I release, every sport, playoffs, March Madness, all the championships. I mean, if you're serious about making money, jump on the pass. And I'm not going to talk about how well we're doing. Just go to my page, and the record speaks for itself.
Yeah, check out Tony Brown, his profile page over at Pig Dogs Premium. The long-term passes are the best value. Tony Brown's got a 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass. That means you'll get every play that Tony releases on the website. You set the terms. There's even a VIP one-year pass up there as well. So get on board with Tony Brown. He's delivering great results for you there at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Tony, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
All right, man. I can't wait to be back. This is the third day in a row. We're already 2-0 with the free plays. Let's make it 3 in a row, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
We'll see you Tuesday. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru, delivering great results for the premium and here on the drive-thru as well. Just a reminder, guys, Chris, maybe we want to elaborate a little bit on the premium, on the YouTube premium offer now. There's 2 shows up now at Pig Dogs Premium.
Yeah, we try to give everybody as much value as we can to begin with at Pig Dogs. What more can you say? I mean, the premium YouTube subscription, I think $30 a month. You get a pick from each of us on the morning show in the morning, or you get the Premium Plus package, which is, I believe it's $50 US, and the exchange rate's kind of blowing my mind up here. But you get an extra pick after all the lines have had a chance to, when you use a Bitler word, percolate, and everything's had a chance to sort of develop as the day's gone on. We're able to give you guys an extra late info pick with that package. So, guys, it's some of your best value just to get a sampling of what you're going to be dealing with in the premium area if you haven't already gone there. It's like we always say, it's some of the best value on the website, some of the best value that you'll find in premium handicapping. So definitely give that a look at our premium YouTube channel.
That's right. You guys go on the chat room. You'll find a link to the premium members area there on Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here on the YouTube Premium, I should say. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. All right, Chris, it's your turn. Your game up next. Let's take a look at what we got here. At 7:30 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel will televise the Nets hosting the Magic. Brooklyn, the 8.5-point favorites, total 229.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say for a lot of areas the Nets are probably the better team here, but defending on the inside is not one of those areas. I mean, you look since the Nets made that trade for James Harden, where they actually sent away a big interior presence in Jared Allen. Brooklyn, one of the worst teams in allowing second chance points, in dead last in opposing points in the paint, giving up a ton of offensive rebounds. And then you look at what happened the last time the Nets faced the Magic. I'm going to give a shout out to Ron Romanelli, one of his favorite players, Nikola Vucevic. 34 points, 10 boards, 7 assists, shooting 64%. I just think that this is a spot where the Orlando Magic, for all the times we've talked about their scoring inefficiencies and just for how much this Orlando team can struggle, they're still 5-2 against the spread in their last 7. 3 outright wins as dogs. Nets have covered 7 straight, but they haven't been this high of a favorite over that stretch. And if Vucevic goes strong and has another strong night inside, it could be hard for us to get around this 8.5, 9 region I'm seeing in some places. I'm going to take a shot with the Magic and the points here. I think that this could be a 6-point game at the very most. So I'm on the Magic in this one.
All right, Chris here on the Magic in this game. Of course, Chris, you're taking a team that struggles with offense. They don't shoot well. They're near the bottom in offensive efficiency against the net teams that can score. but you think Orlando can put up some defense here, that Brooklyn just can't come in with the attitude that they'll just come in and outscore this Magic team?
Well, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Is the key to a lot of it may sound like I have a firm grasp of the obvious, but play to your strengths. I mean, we know that Orlando hasn't been the most explosive offense in the league, and I think that they know that coming into this game against a Nets team that still has James Harden on it. Even Kevin Durant's not healthy, they still have Kevin Durant on it. Kyrie Irving. This is still a very good Nets team, but they also, like I said, they don't have a presence to match what Vucevic can do inside. It's a 7-footer that can bang on the inside, stretch it out to a 3-point range. I think his versatility alone is just going to be hard for the Nets to match. I think getting this Magic team healthy around them, we've got Evan Fournier back, you're getting healthy within that lineup, and you're starting to get more depth within the lineup. I think they're going to be able to shock some teams, and we've seen it happen to the Nets before where they've kind of stumbled. So I think the Magic can keep this one close, keep it respectable within 8.5.
All right, Chris, you're on the Magic, plus the 8.5 against the Nets. All right, Chris, great night tonight, hoops and hockey. What you got going on over at Big Dogs Premium?
Well, we had our Thursday 3-point play on the board, but you know what? For everybody picked us, I love helping out. So, we're going to take that 3-point play. We're going to stretch it out to a drive-through number 5 combo. We're going to keep it with 3 college hoops plays as well as my 2 favorite plays from the NHL tonight. I'm going to have it up there for $30. Guys, hop on one of those longer-term packages as well, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly package, the season packages as well, or the 2-for-1 capper deal like Big Al mentioned earlier. Those are going to be some of your best value. I'm just want to throw this out there before we get to the next segment, because it's Rod up next. The big announcement is we're going to have a Puck Dogs hockey show as well. Still trying to iron out the details for tomorrow, but we're going to have a live show for you guys, for those of you hockey junkies out there. But as far as the premium area goes, guys, we're all about giving you extra options here, and I think you're going to find the best one over at Pick Dogs Premium.
All right, guys, check out Coach Ruffolo over at Pig Dogs Premium right now. Get his long-term pass, or you want to get that one-day pass and then make that upgrade to long-term. You'll get every play that Chris releases over at Pig Dogs Premium. You set the terms there on the side. Of course, he will have more announcements here on the NHL, on the Puck Dogs Hockey Show coming up here on the Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. And now it's time to welcome your partner in crime in hockey on that hockey show. That's Rod Zawacki. You'll find him at Pig Dogs Premium. He's also part of the morning show with Brian Biller and Mitch. Rod, how you doing today?
Feeling good, Tony. Doing good. Good night.
Awesome. All right, you're looking at this one here from ESPN, the ESPN TV game at 9 Eastern time. Michigan State to host Ohio State. The Buckeyes going to lay 3.5, total 145.
Yeah, we're looking at this game. Big TV game here. Big game on the card as it is. We got Ohio State taking on Sparty here. For me in this game is played once already. Ohio State whooped them up 79-62 in the first meeting of the year. And then you dig into the numbers and you see, sure, Michigan State, they've won a couple games. And you figure it's this time of year that those teams usually start to surge and start to pile on wins. Well, this is not a spot that I think they're going to pile on no win. They're going against Ohio State's team, who's ranked 3rd in Ken Palm offense efficiency. They'll have no problem scoring against the Sparty defense, who's ranked 86th in offense or in defensive efficiency. They can almost name their number on what they want to score on this Michigan State team. And then you look at the numbers, and you've got Ohio, who the favorite is 11-2 in the last 13 in this series. And then you dig in some numbers, and you look at Michigan State at home. Michigan State at home, they're 2-5 ATS in the last 7 at home versus a team with a winning record. They're also 4-14 ATS their last 18 games. Is this Michigan State team? This definitely is not the same Sparty team that we're used to seeing. So take Ohio State here. They have no problem getting the win and sweeping the season series, laying this low number.
All right, Rod Zawacki here on Ohio State laying the 3.5 against Michigan State. ESPN televising this one at 9 Eastern time. All right, Chris, we've seen Ohio State lay some numbers on the road and cover. Do they do it here?
And we've also seen Michigan State take care of some numbers at home, but I don't think this is a spot that they do it. They got a big win against Illinois. I don't want to say that Ohio State's a letdown spot, but I think after such a big win, having to go right back to it and play a very good Ohio State team, I think it's just going to be very tough for even Michigan State at home. So Ohio State team's rolling. I like Ohio State laying the points as well.
Okay, agreement here with Ohio State laying 3.5 against Michigan State. All right, Rod, great night tonight and over at Pig Dogs Premium. And, of course, you get Sean Reese. Hot Rod is on fire. You're not lying. I think it was at 600 units of profit yesterday. Let's take a look here at Rod over at Pig Dogs Premium. Past 7 days, 760 units of profit. Lots of action from hoops, some hockey. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I still got 5 plays over there for you guys tonight. I've got Thursday's Thrashers. I got a 5-pack up there. I've got 2 college basketball, 2 NHL, 1 NBA 10-star layup. I've also put together, I got a college basketball. The rest of the season, we're on a nice run on college hoops. We're 16-7 in the last week. Get every play that I've got from now until we cut the nets in the final game of the tournament. So you can jump on over there and grab every college play I have right to the end for $200. Can't beat out on a deal like that. We're heating up college hoops, and we're going to work that right into March Madness and make you guys some money. Don't miss out.
Make money here with Rod Zawacki. You see the numbers here, plus 760 units past 7 days. That's all documented. Go to his profile page. You'll see every play there. It's all transparent there. His releases over at Pig Dogs Premium. Every pick you'll be able to view. Of course, that long-term pass is the way to go. 30-day all-sports pass. Get every play from Rod for 30 days. That includes pretty much the conference tournaments because we're getting right into conference tournament action. This is the time to get in. Rod Zawacki. Getting ready for conference tournaments, Rod?
You bet. I've already been diving in and looking at things and getting things going. We're going to have a huge March Madness. We're not going to get snubbed this year. We were heating up last year, and then we got snubbed with COVID. We're not getting snubbed this year.
Not snubbed at all. Get on board with Rod Zawacki, those long-term passes. Or if you want to get his place for tonight, he's got some place for you tonight to pick up. And, of course, if you get the one day, I tell you this, take those winnings, go long-term, and get on board with Rod Zawacki. He'll get you the winner's circle for this March Madness. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you tomorrow. But you're on the mornings at 10 a.m. with Mitch.
You bet. Great to be here, you guys. Thank you. And we'll see everybody else tomorrow morning.
All right, Rod Zawacki here on the drive-thru. And of course, he'll be part of that. He's part of that Pug Dogs crew with your show coming up, Mitch. But with Chris, I should say. And of course, you and Rod do a lot of videos from the NHL. You cover the games for Pig Dogs.
Yeah, you know what? We realize, we do the videos, but there's a lot of people that, noticing from the morning show that still want to talk hockey. So, let's give everybody a platform. Let's talk, with the Pig Dogs crew, Pig Dogs family, and let's interact and smash each other into the boards a little bit. We're out there to have fun, and betting hockey is something that Rod and I can definitely say that we love doing. So,
yeah. So,
but it's definitely going to be a great time.
Let me ask you a question. This is a little suggestion. Make things more interesting. When you're shooting the videos with Rod, why don't you go live and let's see everything when you start from start to finish, and more importantly, all that stuff in between is what we really want to see between you and Rod Zawacki. Let's bring in Rod Zawacki back in. Wouldn't you guys like to go live with that segment, Rod?
Yes, exactly, right?
I love it.
Miss out on.
Yeah.
Go live.
Let's go live. Let's see. Absolutely. I love to hear. All right, Rob.
Hold on. Can YouTube handle that much profanity is what I want to know.
That's the problem. We don't want to get shut.
We don't want to get this channel kicked off the air. We don't want
That's
that
true.
red explicit rating next to us.
That's right. We
man,
better not. All right, Rob. We'll talk to you a little later. Okay.
We won't do any swears. We will definitely not know swears. We can keep it clean for the YouTube people.
Yeah, absolutely. You just use some code.
Speak for himself. He's not the one that has to click on all the buttons. He's the one that comes on, gives all the good picks, and then leaves me with and then I start bumbling and stumbling all over my words.
Well, you got the live show, guys. You get a little sample here of the live show. A little tension between these guys. It should be an interesting view here. Check them out on the Pig Dogs, on the Pug Dog Show debuting probably tomorrow, but it's in the works. All right, Rob, we'll talk to you soon. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's bring in Shane Mickle. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Shane, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. All right. You're sticking to the Big Ten, and this is a team that's near and dear to you. Maybe not so much. We'll see. Minnesota to host Northwestern on Big Ten Network. The Golden Gophers laying 4.5. Total sits here at 141.5.
Yeah, this was a team that was near and dear to my heart at the beginning of the season, but this last couple of weeks it's been terrible. They can't win on the road. They're having issues winning at home now. And their biggest issue right now is they're banged up. Gabe Kelcher, their best defender, out. Marcus Carr is dealing with an ankle injury. Their best player, he's expected to play, but still he's hurt. Liam Robbins, the big center from Drake, the transfer from Drake, out. They just don't have much offense left on this team in this game. And Northwestern, they have a little issues scoring, but they might actually be they might actually be putting the more talented team on the court tonight. Northwestern is healthy. Minnesota is not. I'm going to take the 4.5 points and take Northwestern.
All right, Shane Mickle here with Northwestern at plus 4.5 against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. All right, Chris, the shine off Minnesota at home.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Shane doesn't go on Minnesota, and I still don't agree because I'm on Minnesota tonight. You know what? Only because he's 100% right. Minnesota is banged up, but this game is huge for Minnesota if they want any chance of having something for these guys to look forward to if they come back from injury and having a tournament berth. And Northwestern has been pretty much healthy, and they're still putting up just 62 points a game in their last 5. So that's just where I struggle with this one. I just think there's too much at stake from Minnesota. But again, this wasn't a game that made the premium list for obvious reasons.
All right, Chris, give us the final word here on your Northwestern side.
Yeah, I just think Minnesota. I mean, the injuries. There's the biggest issues are just there's no confidence. Booth Gotch was supposed to be good. He struggled in Big Ten play. I just don't think there's a talent here in this game. And don't be surprised if Minnesota loses this game if there's an interim coach tomorrow morning. I could see it be enough to get Pantino canned.
Oh, wow. That's some strong language there. Northwestern here is the play from Shane, plus the 4.5, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Watch it on Big Ten Network. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. You are really heating up in the NBA. Remember, last year you were second to Mitch. You were chasing Mitch. You came up a little short, but you're moving the needle here. Over 1,100 units of profit. Big night. We got some about 6 games in NBA, some TNT doubleheader, some college hoops, a lot of Pac-12 and West Coast. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I got a 5-pack tonight, NBA and college basketball in there. But more importantly, hop on one of the long-term packages. I do have the rest of the NBA season, $349.95. I've proven myself. NBA is definitely my sport. So long-term is the way to go, and hop on either the 5-pack tonight or one of those long-term packages.
5-pack right now from Shane Mickle over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, over 1,100 units of profit. Get on board right now with Shane. And, of course, take those winnings. Go long-term. He's got a 30-day all-sports pass. Get every play that Shane releases at Pig Dogs for that 30-day period of time at a discounted rate. All right, Shane, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, guys.
All right, Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. Guys, continue with those thumbs up, those likes. I greatly appreciate that, as it helps our show grow. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru. And, of course, now it's time to bring in Damian Sosh. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Damian, how you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing good, guys. How about yourselves?
Oh, doing great, doing great. All right, let's take a look at the game you're looking at tonight. 8 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass Channel. Grizzlies to host the Clippers. The Clippers road favorites of 8, total 225.5.
Yeah, now this is the first game of a back-to-back with this same two teams here playing again tomorrow night. Clippers are finally healthy, and when they're healthy, they're arguably the best team in the league. 23-10 on the season. They're 11-4 on the road this year, and they're 10-5 against the spread on the road as well. Going back to last season, the Clippers are actually 21-8 against the spread over their last 29 games. Pretty impressive. The Grizzlies, they're kind of an odd team. In fact, they actually fared a little bit better on the road than they do at home. They're 13-14 overall, but they're just 6-9 at home. And they have some nice talent, John Moran, obviously, Jonas Valanciunas, but they're dealing with some injuries. They're a little banged up. Dylan Brooks is questionable. Jaren Jackson Jr. obviously hasn't played all season. They did get Justice Winslow back the other night, but he is a little bit rusty, and you can tell that in his play. The loss the other night that the Clippers had to the Nets, I think it might almost serve them well going forward in the season. Losing to the Nets, with the Nets being without Kevin Durant, I think it kind of served as a wake-up call for this team. They went out their next game, and they beat up on the Wizards pretty good. And I like them to continue that, and I like them tonight on the road laying the points.
All right, Damian Sosh here going ahead and lay the points here with the Clippers, laying 8 against the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, Chris, we've talked about this Grizzlies team. How they've had some injuries to their depth, and they seem to be a little worn out here with some terrible defensive play.
Yeah, and it's cost them. No matter against who's been on the other side. Grizzlies 0-7 in their last 7 as underdogs against the number, losing those games by almost 18 points a game. Like Damian said, the Clippers are looking like they're finally healthy. When you have both Kawhi and Paul George in the lineup, 14-7 against the number this season, covering 9 of their last 12, I think this is a double-digit win for the Clippers.
All right, agreement here with the Clippers, laying the 8 against the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, Damon, TNT doubleheader from the NBA. We've got some college hoops, a lot of West Coast, and some hockey. What you got going on over at Big Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I actually have been struggling the last couple of days, but I'm looking to turn that around. And once I turn it around, guys, once I get hot, I really get hot. And we're going into the tournament right now, so take a look. We want to jump on a 3-day, 7-day plan. Right now, tonight, I have a 3-pack NBA, 3 college hoops plays. Those are both packaged. You can pick them up over at the website. Jump on board. I really like tonight's card. We're going to get hot tonight, and we're going to keep it going.
All right, get on board with Damian Sosh over at Big Dogs Premium. He'll get on those streaks. You'll see him on top of the leaderboards. Now's a good time to get on board. He's got a nice package for you tonight. And, of course, get those winnings, make that upgrade to the long-term pass. We're getting into the end of the month here. That means we're going to move into March soon. We're going to hit the madness, so get on board right now with Damian Sosh at Big Dogs Premium. All right, Damian, it's always great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right, Damian Sosh here on the drive-thru. Guys, keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps the show out. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Of course, now time to bring in Mitch. You'll watch and listen to him in the morning show every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Mitch, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Oh, doing outstanding. Outstanding. All right, we're going to the Pac-12 network for this one at 8 Eastern time. Utah Utes to host the UCLA Bruins. UCLA now road favorites of 1, total 135.5.
Yeah, Utah used to be just dominant at home. They were almost unbeatable every single year. But this year, they've been vulnerable at home. 6-3 straight up and 4-5 against the number. They opened as a 1-point favorite in this game, and the line has flip-flopped, and now it's UCLA as the 1-point favorite, despite the Bruins being just 2-8 against the number in their last 10 games and 2-6 against the number on the road. And, of course, Mick Cronin is their head coach, which is another big negative, right, that they have to deal with. But we know that, Mick Cronin can coach you out of a cover just about as easy as anybody else out there. But he's only got 1 point he's got to cover in this one. And with that one, you go with the Bruins, who are just a far more talented team here. Last year, we saw the Bruins at this time of year, this exact time of year, go on an absolute heater. And when they hit that Pac-12 tournament in Vegas, oh man, they were going to be a tough out, So, I just think that I just think that UCLA is going to be the play here. We saw them, like I said, rise at the end of last season. I think they rise at the end of this season, and I think with laying just a point, not even Mick Cronin can coach you out of that one.
All right, 8 Eastern time, Pac-12 network here, Utah, UCLA. Mitch is here on the UCLA Bruins, lane 1 against the Utah Utes. All right, Chris, Mitch saying here, Utah, not the team they were before. I know they've covered 6 of their past 7 against UCLA at home, but this version of the Utes probably weaker than the past 7.
Yeah, definitely. And the only thing that scared me off of UCLA in this one was 0-8 against the spread in their last 8 road games. But, yeah, like Mitch said, they only have to cover 1 point here, and I think side by side they're just the better team. You take away Timmy Allen from Utah, there's not much else going on. At least this UCLA team has some depth. So I'll take UCLA laying the point on the road as well.
All right, Chris, in agreement here with UCLA lane 1 against the Utah Utes. All right, Mitch, why don't you let us know what you have going on tonight over at Big Dogs Premium?
I got a few college basketball picks out there, but at Pick Dogs Premium, we also have our Pick Dogs YouTube Premium, which is kind of like a dip your toe in the water type thing that we have going on. We have, of course, our morning show and the drive-through five nights a week, which just seems to be getting bigger and bigger every single day. Chris Ruffolo, we wore him down to the nub, and right now he's only going to be on the drive-through on the weekdays. He's going to be on the morning show on the weekends, but it's like, well, once March Madness starts happening, Chris will be back in his normal spot, and we'll be ready to go. Chris Ruffolo has been a foundation of what we do, so it's not like he got moved out because we don't like him or anything like that. He got moved out for his own health and for his own well-being, and he will be he'll be back with us, full time soon enough, and we'll be excited about that. Ruffolo's he's part of the woodwork. We know that, and just today I was putting a slice of pizza on my iPad, and I said, "This is something Ruffolo would do." Just it's like things I've used. It's like you ever in the Jeopardy category. Things I've used as a plate. It's like I'll take things I've used as a plate for 300. What is it?
Tissue box.
Yeah, iPhone. Whatever it takes. Mouse pad. It's like mouse pad. It's like there's been more than half a dozen Cheetos on that thing.
Lap.
Okay, it's okay. Tony likes to play. Tony likes to play the guessing game of what I'm eating off to the side. And apparently, Mitch's first answer might be a cookie now. That might be the running gag. But
yeah, a special shout out also to JP, who I talked to today on the phone. One of our fans, and he wanted to give a shout out to Tony Brown as well. So just we appreciate everybody that supports us and to watch this thing grow. The Sports Chat's been around forever, and it's one of the largest sports betting sites out there, when it comes to traffic. But Pick Dogs has only been around about a year, and it's just amazing to watch it grow and to build it with such a great team of people. Just really super proud of it. I said when I started, this was going to be the biggest thing I ever did, and certainly is headed in that direction.
Oh, no doubt about it. Pleasure to be here working with you, Mitch, and everybody here at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Mitch, it's always great having you show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time for the morning show.
Thank you guys for representing our brand with class.
All right, appreciate that. Mitch here on the drive-through. All right, let's continue on here on the show. And it's time for yours truly here to come with my play. We're going to be taking a look at a WCC game here at 9 Eastern time. WCC Network will televise Pepperdine hosting Loyola Marymount. Pepperdine, the 4.5-point favorite. Total sits here at 144. And I'm going to go ahead and take the underdog here. I'm going to go ahead and take Loyola Marymount plus the 4.5. It's just one of those situations here where I really believe that, Loyola Marymount Pepperdine coming off those two losses. Marymount playing really good basketball here. And I just think overall, when you look at the numbers with Marymount, they just defend better. And of course, Pepperdine struggles offensively. So I'm going to look here at the dog in this one. Chris, your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, Damian Douglas, a big part of Loyola Marymount's offense went down, and you think that maybe that takes away from them. It seems just galvanized around each other, giving Eli Scott some scoring depth. And Pepperdine, their best way to beat a team is to run and gun past them, and when you're not scoring, you're not beating many teams. And with Loyola Marymount's defense, I don't even know if we need the 4.5. I think they might even beat them outright here, so I'm with you with the Loyola Marymount in this one.
Yeah, I'm looking here at Loyola Marymount in this one. Of course, Marymount has covered 4 of their past 5 games, and they're shooting, 51% from the field in that period of time. And the Pepperdine, losing to Santa Clara was bad, but I think St. Mary's is definitely a down team. And when you look at efficiency, Lions third best in offense and defense, and they're the best team in conference shooting threes and best WCC on the glass. They're holding opponents to 31% from beyond the arc. And one thing with the Waves, they're not a good three-point shooting team, and they don't defend well around the rim, so we'll hit Loyola Marymount here at plus the 4.5. All right, guys, check out Pig Dogs Premium. I've got a 3-pack going on, and I also have long-term passes, 3, 7, and 30-day pass, so get on board with my plays over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here. And now it's time to go ahead and recap the picks from today's show, and we will go ahead and get this. Al, you on live with us, Al? Maybe we'll add Al on this segment. All right, here we go. We got Al McMordie on the segment. All right, we got started off with Alex Smart. Alex Smart said go ahead and take Stanford plus 2.5 against Oregon. Al McMordie, Portland Pilots plus 13 against San Diego. Tony Brown, Knicks money line minus 115 against the Kings. Although you can shop around for a pick 'em there. Chris was on the Magic plus 8.5 against the Nets. Shane, Northwestern plus 4.5 against Minnesota. Damon, Clippers laying 8 against the Grizzlies. Mitch was on UCLA minus 1 against Utah. Yours truly on Loyola Marymount plus 4.5 against Pepperdine. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Oh, I gotta see my favorite. I think I gotta go with Damian. Go ahead, Al.
No, I'm just having I'm having problems with your audio going in and out. Were you asking me to pick my favorite one of these?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll ask you. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. My favorite one of all of these would probably be the Orlando Magic plus 8.5 against the Brooklyn Nets. You've got the Magic coming off an upset loss. You've got Brooklyn on either a 7 or 8 game Suat's win streak. I think it's a perfect setup to grab the points with Orlando. They played once before. They lost by 7. It was a competitive game. And I think, Orlando's in a perfect spot here.
All right, that's Al McMordie here looking at Chris's play with Orlando plus 8.5. All right, Chris, your pick, which one do you like the best?
I got to be on board with Damian Sosh. I really like the Clippers laying the 8 against the Grizzlies. I think that could be a double-digit win for LA tonight.
All right, I'm going to go on with Tony Brown here with the Knicks. You can find this one, pick 'em -1 in certain places here, so I'll go here with Tony Brown with the New York Knicks against Sacramento. Guys, that's another edition of the Drive-Thru. We're back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a full show booked, 8 cappers on again tomorrow, so tune in. And, of course, it all gets started in the morning with the morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch, Rod, and Brian Bittler. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from today's show. Let's wave good night to everyone. Have yourself a winning night, and we'll talk with you guys tomorrow.